good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Pauline Zeroge, and welcome to my show, Paula's Show. I'm going to be having more of this content. I'm going to be inviting guests to come to my show so that you can be able to learn about online work and what I do. So today I'm so lucky. You guys, you have no idea who I have today here. I'm going to be unveiling this guest because he's one guy that I know most of you know him. If you don't know him, then you're going to know him as the part of his story. So make sure you stick to the end so that you can be able to learn from him, and also you can be able to learn more about online work. So ladies and gentlemen, my guest here today are very, should I say, tall?
Yes.
Dark?
Please say it. And handsome.
Okay, so guys, today I have this gentleman here, a mentor to many, the person who introduced me to online work, and I'm so grateful that he has agreed to come to my show so that he can tell you what he told me so that I started working online. So Mr. Evans Mutea, karibu sana to my show.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so please meet my audience. They're so happy also to have you, to see you around, and would love to know who you are. So if you allow me, I can start by asking, who are you? Who is Evans Mutea?
Well, Evans Mutea is a computer science professional. So I went to campus and took computer science degree, but at around the second year, I needed to figure out a way to make some money, and bearing in mind I had a very demanding course, so I had to find a way to make money through a platform that would not require me to spend a lot of time, and so not get a job, like a real job out here, and start working there. So the only option I had is to get an online job or an online business, an online work where I can work online and do 2 to 3 hours every day to at least make sure I support my life in campus. And so I did. I was lucky. Second year I came across the platform, got started, and the rest is history. That was how many years ago? 6 years ago. And for the last 6 years I've been working online and doing great things, enjoying them every day. Done with campus now, out here doing this full time and having a lot of fun, traveling, meeting new people, and enjoying each and every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I told you what I have around, so you can hear from the introduction. You can't afford not to watch this interview up to the end. Okay, now just thinking, you're doing computer science as a student, and then here comes online work. So before then, what kind of kids were you when you're growing up? How are you able to now come into online workspace? You're there working. What kind of kid were you when you're growing up?
Wow. Unlike now, growing up I was a very quiet kid, reserved. I was a loner. I mostly spent time with myself. Fortunately, I was brought up with a few of my cousins and my siblings, so I was lucky to have that, at least that bond with young people of my age. But I would say generally I was a very silent kid, and I used to love my books. I wouldn't call myself a bookwormer, but I loved books. I was ever reading, ever checking on a book. Maths was my best subject, and so you can imagine the kind of a kid I was. But I had to change that. I knew that was not very nice to be, especially as an adult. Yeah.
So you're that type of kids, books. They're students.
Yes. I was a very sharp and straight kid as a kid. Now things have really changed.
Are you trying to tell us? Okay, so now what's the transition? How did you get to move from that kid who is always on the books, reading, to now someone who is now interacting with people, mentorship, coaching, and everything? How was the transition? How did it even happen?
I think as a kid I didn't know better. The only way I knew out was passing my exams and going to campus, doing a good course and probably having a good life. But as soon as I got to campus, I realized the people who had gone through the same were not living the kind of life I wanted. One, the life of freedom. I'm not the kind of a person who can report to work every day, Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. for 40 years.
I can relate.
I hate having to do that every single day, and so I needed something that would give me the freedom that one day I would wake up in a holiday destination somewhere and still do my job. I would be somewhere having fun and still business is going on. So for me, that mattered more. The time freedom mattered more than even the financial freedom.
Ah, perfect, perfect. I love the fact that you are open to learning from other people, from other people's experience. You don't have to be there to know what they're going through in a job, but from the fact that they're going through it, you're so open to learning, and then how the transition happens. And I'm sure that was the best decision that you ever made.
Absolutely. If there's one decision I'm very proud of making is that one of transitioning from being stuck behind a desk somewhere for 40 years to having fun and traveling the world, meeting new people and doing stuff. You know, computer science is a career that fixes someone behind a desk, behind a computer for the rest of their lives. And most people who are in our career are very antisocial people because they spend all their lives with machines. So
just
they expect
you and your laptop.
Thank you, and that wasn't my thing.
And also, I have a friend who have done programming, computer science as well, and he always tell me he doesn't even have his own time.
True.
Anytime someone can call you, I need to fix this, I need to do this and this.
In the middle of the night, you're having a good time with your family, someone calls and you have to do stuff.
Okay, that's so nice. So just here wondering, what is your inspiration? What inspires you to do what you are doing and also to move on in life?
Wow, my inspiration, I would say the first is my family. I'm from a family that is made of people who really love hard work and going for your goals and dreams. And so I've always known that you can achieve whatever you want if you put your mind into it. But apart from that is the good life. I believe this life was meant to be lived by all of us if we just work hard enough. There's no substitution to hard work. So with that in mind, I always know I have to work hard, I have to go for it, and so that someday I live that life.
The good life.
Yes. The soft life, as they call it these days.
So they say money is not everything, but of course you can't have a good life without money.
Absolutely.
So you have to look for it.
Yes.
Okay. So I was going through your social media, and then I realized that you had done a video. Is it a video, an article? That you made your first million at age 22, guys. 22 years old, as a student for that case. So within 1 year of working online, he made his first million. And according to my research, I've done it. I love doing research. So for an average person, the age they take to make their first million is around 32 years. And he made his first million 22 years earlier. How did it even happen as a student? How were you able to do that?
Oh boy, yeah, it happened. When I was 22, I was in campus. So I started working online while in campus, and I would find 2 to 3 hours every day to do it. So on my way to school, kwa bus, I would have 2-3 hours every day, and I would use that to work. In the evening, the same, lunch break. Sometimes you get a class bounces. Instead of doing some funny stuff in school, I would get into my laptop or my phone and get to do some job that would pay me. And so by the age of 22, I had already made my first million shillings, something that I was very excited to do because I wanted to write that story of how I made my first million. So it happened through online work, and that's why to this day I have a lot of respect for online work because it doesn't limit you. If you're a student, if you just graduated from high school, Form 4 leaver, you can still do online work and succeed. You don't need papers, you don't need to be a graduate. But if you put in the work, within a few months, a few years, you start getting the results you've always wanted. Yep.
Wow. Making $1 million at age 22. You guys, it's... Okay, let me ask. At age 22, what are you doing with your life? Did you even know that you can make your first $1 million? And now you are so young by then. You're still young, of course.
Growing younger.
So I'm just wondering, what did you do with that 1 million as a 22 years old boy? Like, it's all about partying, you're a student, you don't have responsibilities. What did you do with that money?
Okay, that's a nice one. I was 22 years, but my priorities, I would say, were not 22 years old, as well as things that would excite me. I don't think I get excited to go partying and drinking. That's not my thing. Instead, I'm someone into buying stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a spender. In fact, I'm a saver. But once in a while, I buy myself toys. And so the first toy I bought is when I was 22 years old. It was a super bike that I still use, I still have around. And I was so excited to have it because of the traffic situation in the city. So I would maneuver easily, get to class, get to the office within a few minutes, and I was excited to do that.
You had to look for options.
Absolutely.
When you have traffic,
yes,
you go for the bike.
Absolutely. And I love speed, so bikes and speed are one side.
How did it feel like going to school with a bike, a sport bike? Like you have bought it with your own money?
Feels good. Most people think it was handed to you on a silver platter. And I didn't try explain to so many people. I just continued with my business and studies, and hoped that one day they would understand it was online business. So it was fun. It was really fun. Most students can only imagine or dream of such a life. So I was so excited to do it.
Wow. Wow, I can imagine. Okay, now that you're talking much about online work.
Yes.
And you have done a lot when it comes to online work. What aspects do you love about working online?
That's straightforward. Number one, freedom. I love freedom. I would kill for freedom. Not answering to nobody. I like being my own boss, and so that's one thing that really drove me to starting working online, so that I can become my own boss. That's number one. Number two is the potential you have in terms of what you make. I was looking for a way to make as much money as I want. When my dreams grow bigger, I have a chance to make more money, not being limited. As a computer scientist, as a programmer, for example, I would be limited to my salary. If my salary was 60K, no matter how hard I work, I would still earn 60K. So I wanted something, a platform that allows me to make more when I want to make more, and so online work was that platform. And finally, the chance to help others. A story most people do not know about me is that I went to the seminary, and I think my parents thought I would become a priest. Well, I didn't become a priest, but I still practice. Don't ask me why, I can't answer that. But yeah, I didn't become a priest, but I decided I would serve better. I would serve the Lord better out here. And so I do today by helping other people at least see the light, not by handing over cash, but opening their eyes, and that's something I really enjoy.
Oh, okay. You want to be an inspiration. You want to be able to reach out to more people. You don't want to be confined into a church.
True.
That's great.
We have just 100 members. I want to inspire the entire country.
Wow.
If not the entire continent.
So you people, I have a priest here. So should we talk about gospel or should we continue talking about online work? But anyway, that's so nice. What I would ask, what are the 3 or maybe several skills that you'd recommend that for one to succeed, to make that money you have made, to get to the point that you are in? What are the skills that are needed?
With the millennials in mind, I would say the first skill you need is to be patient. Most people are not patient, especially young people. They want things happening yesterday,
like now,
like immediately, which is not the way things happen. If you want a baby, you have to wait for how many months? 9 months. Yes, kids of today want a baby in 2 months, which is not possible. So some things just take time. And I think that's one thing that has really helped me stick for that long. So having the patience, knowing that it won't happen in a month, it will take you some time before you break even and finally start making the huge profits. 2 is a good learning attitude.
Yes.
You have to learn. It's a new career. It's a totally new field you're getting into. You can't just jump in and say, I know what to do. You have to learn from others by attending trainings, reading books, and listening to videos and audios, all that. And before you know it, you will have hit your 10,000 hours. And by doing that, you become an expert. So do not expect to learn all that in a day. No, it will take you some time. In fact, I say it takes 5 years to make an expert in any industry. So if someone is ready,
10,000 hours.
Yes, exactly, 10,000 hours. If you're willing to do that, then I think online work is something you should consider.
Perfect. So you're getting an advice from one of us.
Yes.
About what to do so that you can get success very soon. Now that you have done in school and you're working online full time, I believe so.
Yes.
So how is your typical day?
Well, it's different from when I was in campus. Now, well, I have all the freedom because I work online. Sometimes I work from home, other times I show up in the office. But my typical day is a day that I show up in the office and try to do things from there. So I wake up at around 5 a.m.
5 in the morning?
Yes, 5 a.m. I'm up.
Why so early?
Why 5?
Freedom?
I joined the 5 a.m. club. And the 5 a.m. club says you have to be up by 5 a.m. So that between 5 and 6, you can do things that really matter to start your day right. Starting with 20 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of exercise, then 20 minutes of reading or watching a positive video. Then from there,
a very successful day.
Yep. And it feels good. It feels valuable when you start it right.
Working on you first.
Yes, exactly. Then between 6 and 7, I prepare breakfast and have breakfast, then hit the roads. So by 8, I'm in town. And from there, I have my day between 8 and 6, sometimes 7 p.m. My day is over, get back home. By 10, taking supper. 11, off to bed.
So you sleep for 4 to 5 hours?
Yes, exactly.
But why? The doctor says you should be sleeping for 7 to 8 hours.
I think when you do 8 hours, you'll have slept through your life. Because it's a third of your life, you sleep for 8 hours. So I try to reduce that as much as I can. I can't imagine sleeping a third of my life.
I know, it's so unfortunate. You'd rather be driving.
Thank you. Traveling, seeing people, having fun. Yeah, you sleep when you're dead.
Oh yeah, we have all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so who is your greatest inspiration? Who do you look up to?
All right, I would say also, I think it's my parents.
Okay.
They inspire me a lot to go for everything. Their story is a story of hard work, accumulating enough to support all of us, to take us to the best schools, the sacrifices they have made, and what we've become of those sacrifices. So I think I draw a lot of inspiration from that. But also, I draw a lot of inspiration from young entrepreneurs and small entrepreneurs, if you like. The hawkers of this world, the touts, you know, who else? These small entrepreneurs and farmers. For example, a hawker will do so much to earn 5 shillings, 10 shillings, and they are willing to do it. And for me, I think that's irreplaceable. That willingness to work so hard for so little, to put in the work, is what really matters. Yeah. So I draw a lot of inspiration from those people. If they can do so hard to achieve that little, then what we do here is nothing.
Wow, I agree. I know sometimes when you're going to town, you find someone at 6 a.m. They're selling sweets, they're selling masks. you know,
someone with a family waiting for unga at
they
the
have
end
to
of the
deliver.
day. Imagine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm inspired as well.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I know you have a lot of success. You are also one person that we always look up to. I'm telling you for a fact, this gentleman has achieved a lot within a short period of time, 5 years, and it looks like a huge success, like an overnight success. So I want you to share with us briefly, okay, into details if you like, about your success from making your first million all the way to where you are. 5 years working online.
All right. My 5 years journey started, of course, with the first million at the age of 22.
Yes.
And so from there, I was buying all kind of toys. So after that, I was able to make an investment. I started a small business, got a few other investments here and there. I wouldn't want to go to the details of that. But later on, I got into driving. I moved from just riding, which I was very passionate about.
And your brand is?
It has to be a Subaru, guys.
Yeah.
It has to be a Subaru. So it's a Subaru, and and I'm still enjoying it. I drive around. It took a lot of time to be convinced to become a driver. Most riders are not drivers. So it took a lot of conviction. It's a totally different ball game. Driving and riding, totally different.
I can't understand.
Two different people, drivers and riders. But riding is way more fun, so I enjoy it more than driving. But I'm finding a way to enjoy driving as well, and still making investments now. At least I don't waste my money anymore on toys I maybe don't need. So now I use my money better. Yeah, doing good stuff like planting trees, investing in real estate, you know, such things. Yeah.
Young investor. Wow. So you can follow him, by the way. I'll be showing his link. He has done so much. You can go and follow him on social media. I'll be requesting him to share with us where we can find him. And how do you remain consistent, disciplined with all this freedom? You have your car, you're riding, you have investments, you're doing so much. How do you remain so consistent?
Wow, I would say it's the vision. They say when you're setting goals, have the short term and the long term. The long term ones give you that vision, and so my long term goals and dreams have given me that vision. So I always feel I have something I'm working towards. I'm never resting because I'm always, there's something ahead of me. Yes, I'm working on, and also there's something I really enjoy. You know, what we do is more than just making money or achieving goals. When you meet someone and you help them move from one point financially to the next, I think it gives you a different feeling and a different push, motivation to do even more. So you don't even notice it. It's not something you experience consciously. It's unconscious. You're excited, you want to go out and change another life and another and inspire another one, and so it becomes a way of life.
And I agree, he's one of those people who are willing to do anything just to see someone succeeding. I can agree with that because he has also done so much to me, especially guiding me, mentorship, advice. It's too much, and I appreciate that. Okay, now that okay, thank you. The fact that you started as a student and you're doing a very busy course, computer science, it's so demanding. What kind of advice would you give to students out there, graduates who are looking for work?
Yes. Every student has 4 years, 5 years, 6 years in campus. What you do with those years beyond classroom determines who you will become in life. So don't waste those 4 years or 5 or 6 years. Please do not. If you make good use of that time, because the best thing you have at that time is a lot of time ahead of you, so you can afford to make mistakes. So start a business and fail. Read a book that is not in your course. Do something fun and enjoy it, because it doesn't cost you anything. Again, we have a lot of time. Do not use that time in campus do not squander that time hanging out, drinking,
Partying.
partying, smoking. Never smoke, never drink while in campus. Use that time to build a business so that by the time you graduate, you're getting out of campus, you have something to build. Otherwise, you'll find yourself very depressed when you're out of campus and then you don't find that job you hoped you would find, not knowing you would have created that job while in campus. So don't waste your time. Start building that job in quotes. Start building that job while in campus, and you'll thank yourself later the same way I thank myself today.
But that's true. And I know you graduated. Have you graduated by the way?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you can now imagine those people you are schooling with. What's their life? How are they faring? Maybe have you met one or two?
Unfortunately, yes, and they're not doing very well, most of them. Those who didn't spend their time in campus building, those who wasted their time, most of them have not secured a job. And so it's now they're coming into the realization that online work is work. So they're getting back, calling, reaching out, and requesting for a guide on how to start working online. Lucky enough, it's not too late, but I think they will have themselves to blame for wasting their time while in campus.
So for students, please get your time. Use your time wisely. Build something so that even if you don't have employment, because currently there's no work, let's be honest. You don't have to move from one office to another, dropping CVs, and you don't even expect them to call you. You're just wasting your time. So why don't you create that economy that you want? And also, it's never too young, or maybe too late. You're never too young to start building your lifestyle, to start building that empire that you are looking forward to. So students, you got the advice from him, from a student himself. Okay. Talking of online work, there's some misconception about online work. Maybe people don't even understand what is online work. They're just wondering, what is online work? What do you do? Is it about forwarding links? Is it about calling people? What exactly can you say about that?
And they have all the rights to have that misconception. Because we have so many people throwing links right, left, and center, and you wonder which is the right platform to get involved in. I would say the one thing that people do not understand about online work is first, that it's not a scam. It's a legitimate platform. It's a legitimate business. Work, legit business. If you think of it, cabs, or if you like, taxis, they have moved online, and that's why we have Uber and Bolt. Today, you want to request a ride, you get on your phone and request it. If you want to watch a video, you no longer go to the movie theaters. Instead, you get to Netflix. You subscribe to Netflix and watch your movie, and so much more. Everything has moved online, and work is not left behind. Work is also moving online, and so we are simply talking about platforms that are bringing work online. Instead of you waking up every day and showing up at work, to go sit next to your computer and work from there. Can you work from home?
Of course,
the answer is yes. So that is simply what we talk about when we say online work. Having to do the things you'd have done in our own office from home, or from a place that is not necessarily your place of work, from your phone or from your laptop. But also, people misconceive this and think it's an easy fix, a quick fix. It's not.
Get rich.
Yes, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not. It takes time. It's not an overnight success. You put in the hard work, the sweat, like everyone else. The beauty about online work is because it involves technology, and you know what technology does. It compresses the time frame. So you're able to achieve in 10 years what most people achieve in 40 years. And that's what we really enjoy about online work.
That's what you're going for.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So that is amazing, and I believe we are going to do more of these videos. You can tell us what topic would you want us to discuss. Maybe more about online work. Is it about the money? Is it about investments? What exactly do you want us to talk about? And also, you can share maybe your views about online work. Do you believe in it? Don't you believe in it? Have you seen someone transforming their lives courtesy of online work? Please feel free. Comment down there. Tell us how you feel about online work. Have you started working online? Are you making a living from online work? So we'll be welcoming all those comments. We want to hear your feedback so that we can be able to know what are we going to focus on next time we are having such a conversation. As you're winding up, unfortunately, because of time, I have to let it come to an end. But of course, we're going to be having more of these sessions. Where can we find you? Are you on social media?
Yes, I almost said that at my home. Yes, I'm on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. It's at Mutea Evans. And on YouTube, Mutea Evans Show. At Mutea Evans, all over.
Perfect. So at Mutea Evans, all over, across all social media platforms. Also, he has a channel. I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can also see what he's talking about. He has a very good content. Go and follow him, watch his videos, so that you can also be able to learn from what he shares more about online work. So thank you so much. That was my time. Karibuni sana. Welcome to the show. Make sure you subscribe so that you're going to have more of this content coming your way. We're here to teach you more about online work. We're here to make you understand what people do online and what you can achieve when it comes to technology, when it comes to this digital space. So thank you so much for your time. Bye. See you in the next video.
Bye-bye.